What's up, y'all? Andre, Big CEO, back with another Garage Bible Talk. Y'all, let's get right into it. Real word, real life, for all ears that can hear from the mouth of a young black man. Today, y'all, I'm reading from Mark chapter 8. And in there, I got a story that kind of jumped at me. And it was about the Pharisees. It was called the Pharisees Demanded a Sign. And that was during the verses of 11 to 13. And pretty much what's going on was the Pharisees came to Jesus and they just asked him, like, hey, we need a sign from God. We need to, show us that he's real, pretty much, right? And Jesus he felt the way about that. And what he said was, no sign will be given to this generation. And the reason he said that, though, was because he's done all these miracles, he healed so many people. It's pretty much like, what I've shown you all the, I guess, signs that you want. You know what I mean? And you guys you're not believers. I'm not going to do more circus act. I'm not going to do anything extra for you. You know what I mean? If you're not a believer. And yeah, I mean, that was really like the lesson that I got from that. The evidence is in your face. It's clear. It's right there. And yeah, you still asking for a sign. You still asking. Show he's not gonna give you no sign if you don't. If the faith, if you can't trust in the faith, and walk that journey and allow it to open up and unfold for you, and allow that to be the signs, then God has no signs for you. Honestly, and that's kind of really what I got from that. You know what I mean? And then towards the end, it was called the cost of the I can't get this word right. The cost of the discipleship. The cost of the discipleship. It was doing verses 34 to 38. And with Jesus, he pretty much had the crowd come around, and he just said it. He said, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. And he speaks of losing your life. He speaks of losing life to save it and not being ashamed of him. And so what I got from that was that whatever your calling is from God, and everything about God, being a disciple for him, he said, don't be ashamed, spread it, say it loud, say it proud. Don't be ashamed of him. And for me, that is a lot of things. And that's why I'm working on it every day, and not being ashamed of him, not being ashamed of, this is something that I think I do all the time, and I don't speak on it, right? Or I don't say it proudly or loud. And whatever it is that you guys are doing in life, do it with proudness, do it with awe, do it with your heart, even with following God, especially with following God. You do it with your heart, do it with all that you have, and do it proud and loud. And let that translate in everything that you're doing. You know what I mean? Because everything that we do with God, it goes through with everything. So if you're an athlete, if you're, a star, I don't know, an actor, whatever it is you're doing, and you're being successful in it, that's God showing you that you can do this for him as well. And he wants you to. He's showing you got the strength. So keep striving at what you're doing, as well as get better at translating that into God, and vice versa. But it was in my spirit to get that out. Reading that passage right there, I feel like, I don't know. I got a question for y'all. Does it feel like the Bible be talking to you specifically, or am I tripping? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the Bible be like, Dre, this is right here for you. Like, dang, was you talking to me, God, right now? I don't know. But that's all I got, y'all. Peace.